Hey everyone, it's James of geometricharts.com. About 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we got the daily chart of Bitcoin on the Bitfinex exchange, so BTC USD. First of all, the video is not investment advice. Second of all, I thought that Bitcoin would kind of chop around and then start to try to grab some footing and maybe try to pump up one more time or a couple more times. Very similar to like what we've seen in some of the alts across the board. So far, it looks like it's holding up fairly well. Just a lot of chop here. I think like as long as Bitcoin is not giving back the consolidation base like around like 4,800 Bitfinex, then we should have a pretty good chance of continuing to move upward. But I say that with extreme caution, that just be ready for a nasty drop, because I think when this market corrects, and even if it's just a corrective move to a continuation higher, it's going to be very violent and more than likely, I imagine, happen like late at night to catch as many traders off guard as possible, and then that will steamroll the panic and create probably a deeper corrective move than most people are going to expect from this price movement. But I do think Bitcoin's trying its best right now just to try to pump higher, and I do think this is going to eventually lead to a bull trap that will lead to a deeper corrective move. And then, like I said, in the future, depending on how price reacts from that corrective move, as long as that corrective move isn't erasing 100% of the move like we've seen almost every single time since 20,000, then I think that'll be a positive indicator for the market and possibly even forming kind of more of a rounded bottom to the Bitcoin market, which would be a very good sign. But I just got to see how that corrective move is going to play out. Again, I'm not going to try to make any assumptions on what I think is going to happen until it starts to happen in real time. That's kind of how I try to do these videos. But right now, things seem fairly stable in regards to volume and the money flow. It just, again, it's in a chopping period. We made a massive, massive move. Just like any of the other times that Bitcoin's made some very big moves, there's been a lot of chop thereafter, even if it is going to make a second leg up or a third leg up. It's with any asset that just needs to kind of chop around, regain some energy, and then make that price movement upward. But I will not stop stressing, just be ready for the hammer to come down, because it will come down, especially when you have a majority of the market, a big majority of the market, extremely bullish. Again, this is the market that I feel like every time there's a pump upward, it's always the bottom. It's always guaranteed to go to the moon. And that's it. Like there's really no other way about it. Like this market is guaranteed to make you a trillionaire. You just have to be able to time the bottom. And now essentially everyone's saying that this is the bottom, and you buy here and you're going to be a trillionaire next year. So again, it's the craziest sentiment I've ever seen in my entire life in any market. It does not mean it's not it's not like I'm saying it's not the bottom. I'm just saying that this market goes from like poking Bitcoin to saying do something to, oh my God, we're all going to become trillionaires, and they're all giving us the opportunity right now because it's always going to be guaranteed to go higher. So it's just a crazy, crazy sentiment. But again, I do think as long as we chop here, we'll migrate higher, then there will be a deeper corrective move. Depending on how that market reacts to that deeper corrective move, I think will be a telling sign on whether we're just going to repeat all the rest of the pumps that we've had since the 20,000 top, pump and dumps, or if we're actually going to start to establish that uptrend. So that's pretty much it for the analysis. There's really not much else. Numbers wise, I mean, I imagine if Bitcoin can chop here and continue to pump higher, we're probably going to see close to like 6K, maybe even slightly above, like in the low sixes, if Bitcoin can hold this range and stabilize. But again, I just can't stress enough that when the hammer does come down, it's going to catch a lot of people off guard, and it's going to be more, I think it's going to be a violent like waterfall event, just like we've seen. And you can look through the history of it. I mean, it used to kind of like stair step down, avalanche, 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 avalanche. This one kind of just chopped its way down, so maybe things are changing a bit, but I would just expect like an avalanche, like a waterfall event when this market does correct. And then depending on if we're able to like stabilize like 50, 60, or 618 retracement or something like that, that would be positive. If we start to go 100%, then I think it's just a repeat pump and dump. So that's pretty much it. Everything in a nutshell. Hopefully there'll be something else to talk about on Wednesday, but right now I would just say expect the chop, and then if everything goes as planned, possibly another little wave up, and then from there, I do think things are going to get a little toppy, and I imagine sentiment's going to get even crazier at that point, and instead of parabolic moves, it'll just be straight moves. Like I imagine charts in the future are going to look just like this. So there will be no curvature at all. It'll just be straight to the moon, and that's it. But anyways, so that's it. I hope everybody has a great day, great night, depending on where you are. Just a short little video. Thank you for your time, support. If you do like the video, please like, comment, subscribe, follow, and I'll produce another one on Wednesday.